Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to our Star Trek Short Trek Season 2, Episode 1 and 2 Thoughts video. I just finished watching the first two episodes, or newest episodes, of Star Trek Short Treks, and I'm just going to be sharing my general thoughts on these two very short treks. The first episode of this new season is called Q&A, and we see Spock's first day on Enterprise. Him and the number one get stuck in a turbolift, and they proceed to just ask a bunch of questions. It was a fun, just little thing to see these characters kind of get to know each other, talk a little bit more about, if we get a little bit more of an insight into the fact that, what kind of motivated Spock, I guess, to be a little bit more cold or not show his, emotions as much in the pursuit of trying to be a captain one day or in command from this advice of the number one. So that was interesting. I just kind of like this fun little short premise. I did find this an interesting thing because it's like, they're just stuck in one room the whole time, a turbo lift, not even a full room. So it's kind of funny that these short treks seem to be them just kind of filling in things that in the past, like past Star Trek series, they would have had these as kind of filler episodes. Back when they did 22 episode seasons, we get episodes like this as fillers. So I like that we're kind of getting these as a little more short, condensed things in the form of short treks that they're not filling in, because Discovery season compared to a Stargate Next Generation season, significantly different in number of episodes. So it's kind of fun that they're kind of filling in some of these, and I like that we're, in particular with this second season of Short Treks, they're diving into a little bit of the Enterprise stuff, so we're still getting a little bit more of Pike and number one and Spock, and so I like that we're getting a little more of that, considering we only got in the second season of Discovery. So I like that they're diving a little bit more into that stuff with the Star Trek Short Treks. But yeah, so the first episode, not a whole lot else to say really. They are short treks, they're only 15 minutes, so there's not really much else to say. The second episode was kind of a fun one called Trouble with Edward, and that's kind of a fun play on the Trouble with Tribbles that this is kind of based off of, so we see a new science officer from the Enterprise gets promoted and to take over her own science vessel, and when she gets there, she runs into this one scientist who wants to use tribbles as a food source for this one planet where they're having major starvation issues and stuff, and so the whole crew is just like, this new captain's just like, no, we're not gonna just breed these animals to just feed to these people. We can try and think of another solution, but that guy does not like that and decides to genetically engineer tribbles, who he says in this one have a very slow mating, I can't remember the word now. It takes a while for them to make more of themselves. But then he changes that in this episode, which I'm not an expert on the Trouble with Tribbles episode. I haven't watched that since high school or even before that, maybe when I was a kid with my parents. I do know the basic idea, which is they discover these tribbles and they just wreak havoc on everything. So I like that we kind of get a little intro to the tribbles, a little bit learning that they weren't just these creatures that were always a scourge. It was kind of created by this one guy trying to prove a point and being wrong about it. This was just a kind of fun episode to kind of see that. We didn't really get any, to just kind of see in a sense more of a background for this tribbles, this thing from Star Trek lore. So yeah, these two short treks were fun. Like I said, I don't really have any complaints about the two of them, but there's also not a whole lot to say because they were very short. The two of them add up to less than a total episode of Star Trek, or a normal episode of Star Trek. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed them. So be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought of the first two new short treks of season 2. Thanks again for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.